Hey guys, if you follow the blog and you follow Facebook, you know that yesterday, or actually last night, I released my newest book, Personal Protection for Women. All the information out there is pulled from a very popular class we have, Personal Protection for Women. One of the things that always comes up, usually towards the end of class, is women always ask me about pepper spray. If you've been following me for a while, you know what my thoughts are on pepper spray. Kelly McCann, I believe it was Kelly, calls it eye jab in a can. And if you include it in your personal protection program, as part of your personal protection program, you're not really the people that I'm addressing in this. I'm talking about not even so much the women, but more or less so the guys that give pepper spray to women because they won't or can't carry a gun. So they are putting that OC in a place where actually a deadly force option should belong, but they won't or can't carry it. Whenever we're going to carry something, we always like to look at it out of 100%. 100% of our day, how often can we carry this pepper spray? If you work in a government building, including schools, if you fly, all that stuff, you can't carry pepper spray there. You're probably not going to carry pepper spray on your person when you're in your house. When you're walking outside to go get your mail, walk your dog, maybe, maybe not. But you're not going to have it a lot. When I was a police officer, some people think that, I don't like OC because it doesn't work on me. Just the exact opposite. You can see my, pale white skin. When I was in the police academy, they thought they're going to have to call the police department, the fire department, and EMS because of how bad my reaction was to pepper spray. I've been in situations where I've been pepper sprayed and had to defend or retain my firearm, my gun in the holster. I've been in situations where I've been pepper sprayed by other cops and had to fight somebody in the handcuffs, and I did it all by touch. At no time have I ever been pepper sprayed to the point where I was unable to fight as long as I could get my hands on whoever I was fighting. That's something to, think about. If you're going to involve in an altercation, it's going to be either in or around a structure, in an open space, or in and around a vehicle. If it's in and around a vehicle, the best thing that you can do with a vehicle is you use it to get out of the area, remove yourself from the situation. Don't be or refuse to be an actor in that scene. Well, if you're getting in or out of your vehicle, if somebody approaches you and you are able to spray them and you get it back on your face, you're probably not going to be able to drive away at least safely from the situation. Okay, spraying somebody with OC does nothing mechanically to stop them from fighting. It doesn't attack their central nervous system. It doesn't attack their structural system. It doesn't attack their respiratory system for the most part. Unlike CS, for the most part, what it does, I find the effect it has on me makes my eyes slam shut. I can't force my eyes open, and I drool a little bit, but it doesn't really stop me from breathing. Your results may vary. Not to mention, for police, is what you usually hear about using OC more than anything. It's a standoff measure where and it's very low on the use of force right after open hand, or even before open hand compliance, right after verbal commands. I tell somebody they're under arrest, turn around and cuff up. They don't. I can spray them. I chose not to spray them. I usually go hands-on, or I prefer to use a baton. But that's just me. Then after you decide that you're going to use the pepper spray, again, it's a standoff tool. So it causes you to stand still. The key to survival is movement. So if you're at enough distance where you have you're either so close to the person that spraying them, you get it on you, or they're so far away that it's ineffective, even with a little bit of a breeze, that it's not going to do anything to, stop the attack. What I encourage y'all to do, pick any XYZ pepper spray, whatever your favorite brand is. I don't care how many, bazillions of Scoville heat units they are. Go ahead and call the company that manufactures it and ask them about police reports in which a civilian or a citizen actually used pepper spray to defend themselves during a violent attack. As a police officer, I never took a report like that. What I did take several times was pepper spray being used as a robbery tool, because then the person wouldn't get charged with carrying a handgun. Pretty simple. You walk up to somebody, little spritz in the face, their hands come up to their face, you take all their stuff away from them, or you do, whatever you want to do. I think, and that's if, when we're going to carry a tool, we have to look at the selection, the carry, the deployment, and use. So you look at the selection, again, pick whatever most awesome pepper spray is out on the market. I don't even know what's out there right now because, again, I don't carry it. How are you going to carry it? I'm really talking to the women out there more so than the guys. Is it going to be carried in the console of your vehicle, where it's only can use it in your vehicle and it's in there getting heated up, cooling down, heated up, cooling down? What's that going to do to the contents? Are you going to carry it in your hand? Probably not. It's going to be on the bottom of your purse somewhere. So there's your carry option. Deployment, when and how do I get it out? You would, again, have to use your awareness skills to begin with, which is the first thing that we teach. You have to be aware that attack is imminent, and you have to get it out, deploy it, and then you actually have to spray it. So again, either the person needs to be close enough that you can spray them, and then the closer they are, the more likely you are to get cross-contamination back on you, or they're too far away to use the stuff, okay? So we have selection, carry, deployment, and the use. Spraying it is no big deal if you have in your hand the person is standing there and they're not moving, and they're in front of you. Most of the time, attacks are going to come from the flank or come from the rear. What are you going to do with your OC spray then, all right? That's why you have to have some down and dirty, nasty open hand combative techniques, which is what we cover in our Women's Personal Protection for Women, the book I just released, as well as our course. And after the nasty open hand stuff, think about the things that you can carry in your hand all the time, like a pen or flashlight. The pen tray is not hard, guys. All you got to do is get the pen in your hand, put your thumb on top of it, and just stab them in the face until they stop attacking you. Or stab it in their hand, whatever you want to do. You don't have to have a $200 pen. If you want to, it's nice. I like nice pens. But I think if you take a number 2 pencil and you jam it in somebody's cheek, it might break their concentration. So I guess my only thing I want to say is, if you're comfortable trusting your life to an aerosol inside of a can, then that's fine. It's nothing I would recommend for my wife or my daughter, but it's up to you. So again, those are my feelings on pepper spray. Use it at your own risk. See you guys. Take care. See you next time. Hey guys, how you doing? George from Modern Combative Systems. I'm getting real excited. We're a couple weeks away from opening our first fixed training location at 3629 East Market Street, York, Pennsylvania. And as we're doing that, again, I want to share a lot of what we're doing in the class, a lot of the drills that we're doing, a lot of the classroom stuff I want to share with you guys. A question I get from people all the time, especially after I did that little blog post on people training for combatives, and being able to go to work next day, is what kind of gear do we need? Guys, I want to see how much, I'm into something before I spend a ton of gear on it, or a ton of money on gear on it. So this is what we're going to start with. And it doesn't matter if the people come into the gym or, you at home or train with a couple other people. This is some individual gear that you're going to want right away to start training with when it comes to open hand combative. There's a lot you'll be able to do with this stuff, a lot of cool drills, a lot of scenario-based stuff, and you'll be able to get a good workout as well. This headgear, I think we got these at Karate Depot probably about 10 years ago. They've been through the ringer. People wore them all over the country, and we wipe them down with alcohol. If you're going to be serious about this, guys, you need your own gear. Spend your money and at least get this for your headgear. You can spend as much money as you want. I would look at, I would go to somebody who's into it, spends a lot of time wearing headgear, see how they like theirs, and, maybe look at some reviews on Amazon and see what's best for you. A lot of them have the plastic face mask, but the eyes are open, which is something I don't really get. Or they got the grid, you know, almost like a football mask. That's good for stick work to an extent, but not so much if you're working with edge weapons. But again, we're talking about what you're going to need to work, starting your open hand combative stuffs. So some decent headgear. Next thing is, it's unbelievable how much you can get out of a decent pair of boxing gloves. I either got these on Amazon or maybe Walmart. 14-ounce gloves, decent gloves. We used to use these all the time for the full and the fight drill. People have worn these a lot. I've worn them a lot. And they're still in really, really good shape, and we have done absolutely nothing to take care of these. I think they were like 20 or 30 bucks at the time that we bought them. But you're going to want a set of these. Again, everybody that's in the training group is going to want their own gear. So you got your headgear. Well, that allows you to take some shots to the head so you realize what it feels like to get your bell rung from different points, from the front, from the side, from the rear. Not just for boxing. Another thing I really like to do with the boxing gloves is have people practice their open hand combative techniques, not just the strikes, but also holds and grappling, all that kind of stuff, wrestling, because it gives you, lets you experience what it's going to feel like when your heartbeat snaps to about 220 plus beats a minute, vasoconstriction is taking place, all the blood is leaving your extremities, and you can't feel your hands and you start shaking. That's what you're going to feel like. You're going to feel like you got 2 bricks on the end of your hands, and you're going to realize that you're going to need your gross motor skills because your finger aren't working. No more fine, complex motor skills. You're going to be hooking and all that kind of stuff, and it gives you a real good sense of what you can accomplish when that's what you got left. Or if you happen to incur a hand injury, you get shot, you break a finger, you break a thumb or something mid-fight, what exactly you can do when you don't have, you know, full use of your hands. So that's the boxing gloves. Next thing, again, I'm almost positive I got these from Amazon. Made by Everlast, probably the most inexpensive focus mitts that you can get. Focus mitts, they're not just for striking, you know, somebody holding them and you striking them. You can strike people with them. Headshots are good. We do a lot of nice open hand slaps, a lot of slaps to the chest, and you get to see what the anatomical and physiological effect is when you slap somebody. There's so many different things that you can do with the focus mitts, and again, we're going to be showing them to you that you really should get a set. So when we start out, again, everything we do is open hand, stick, knife, and pistol within 7 yards. Again, the focus of that is always the foundation, is always going to be the open hand combatives. If you want to practice this stuff even gently at 10 or 20% and be able to go to work next day, you're going to need some kind of protection. All right? So get yourself some headgear, get yourself some decent boxing gloves, and get yourself some focus mitts. Next time we talk to you about gear, we're probably going to talk about what you're going to want in the way of training with edge weapons, training knives, and that sort of thing. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, just send us an email, mercop27@gmail.com, or just put it in the comments here. Be happy to answer your questions, see if we can find a solution together. Stay safe, guys. See you next time.